Hi, this is Brian Crawford with New Mexico Dream House at Keller Williams. The numbers are finally in for the month of July. I know it's a little bit of a delay, but usually those numbers don't come filtering in until about the second week of August. So here we are past the second week of August, and we've seen what our market is doing a little bit. And I'm very grateful to all of you because New Mexico Dream House has maintained its spot as the number one team in San Juan County through the month of July. So we're very excited about that, both in units sold and volume. So thank you guys so much for all of you who have used us to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. We're very grateful. We couldn't do this without you. But without further ado, I want to get into some market stats. There's a lot of misinformation going on right now because of COVID-19. Now, I've heard anything from the market is absolutely booming to the market's dead and you shouldn't do anything right now. Neither one of those is particularly true. We're actually in a very well-balanced market. And I've seen a few stats here and there, and the one that I wanted to talk to you about specifically today, because I believe it's the most misunderstood statistic out there, is something called an absorption rate. Now, an absorption rate simply means that if we stopped listing property today in San Juan County, how many months would it take to sell the rest of our inventory? And a good mark of a healthy, well-balanced market is right at 6 months. So anything over 6 months is typically considered a buyer's market, and anything under 6 months is typically considered a seller's market. The key word being typically. Now, we've seen some interesting things this year with COVID-19 and everything. And what we've seen is a drastic reduction in our absorption rate. Now, what's causing this? I was out on a listing appointment the other day, and it was a competitive listing appointment. I actually didn't get the listing. And what happened is they were talking to another real estate professional in the area who said, you know what? It is a seller's market right now. We can price above the market. We can do all of these things, and we can still sell your house for full price. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case. The market dictates what we can sell houses for. And just because we've dropped under a 6-month absorption rate doesn't automatically mean that we're in a seller's market. What that means in this particular case is if you delve into the actual numbers of what we're looking at, is we've seen sold listings drop year to date by 3.4%. That's not bad at all, guys. That is, considering the fact that we're in a pandemic, we're a 3.4% drop. I'm happy with that. As far as my team goes, we're actually up about 50% year to date over last year. So we're really excited about that. And some of those things that have been luxuries for us or competitive advantages like our 3D tours and our professional photography and our video tours were kind of a perk before, but now they've become essential. And that's what I attribute our success this year to. But the next stat I want to go into is pending listings. Year to date, we're down about 7.5%. Still not a bad statistic. So if you go there and somebody tells you that we're technically in a seller's market, that's nonsense. Don't listen to that garbage because these numbers are skewing that data. The other number that's really skewing that data is active listings. Active listings are down about 18% year to date from last year. And what that means is that consumer confidence isn't really that high. People are afraid to list their houses right now because they don't know what's going to happen. And same with new listings. New listings year to date down about 17%. So all in all, yes, we do have a drop in absorption rate, and we do have a drop in sales, but we have an even more drastic reduction in new listings than active listings. So what that'll do is it actually drives the market. It actually drives the numbers in a direction that seems opposite of what the market's doing. Let's say you want to sell your house. The good news is statistically speaking, you're probably going to get about the same value that you would have last year for selling your house. We haven't increased in value, but as far as the percentage of houses that are on the market that are actually selling, that number's gone up. So if you list your house, you have a better chance of selling your house than you did last year, which actually creates some unique opportunity. We're in a market where it makes as much sense to upsize or downsize because we're very well balanced. The other thing is, if you've been thinking about upsizing a house over the next couple of years, now's the time. I saw a statistic the other day that said house affordability, real estate's been booming nationwide for about 5 years now. Now, we've missed that boom in San Juan County, and a lot of that's because of job loss and some of the tumultuousness in the natural gas markets, as well as the coal market. But house affordability, even though it's been booming nationwide, is actually the lowest it's been, so you can afford more house for your dollar than any time since 2015 because of the way interest rates are. I actually had a client 2 weeks ago close at 2.7% on a 30-year fixed rate. So I'm not saying that it's always going to be under 3, but we're hovering around 3. These are historic lows, and if you're thinking about upsizing, you need to take advantage of it. And if you need help or want somebody to walk you through the statistics or what it's going to take to sell your house, I would be honored to come out to your house and interview for the job of getting your house sold. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post them in the comments section. If there are any topics that you'd like to discuss concerning real estate, put it in the comments section. I'd love to come back next week and talk about it. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a fantastic weekend.